I get it, there's a ton of luxury recliners on the internet that look amazing in the photos, but when you actually sit in them after the box is open, they feel flat. The massage is a weak buzz, and the whole thing just ends up a pricey footstool. That's the exact frustration I felt after scrolling through a dozen listings, reading a handful of mixed reviews, and wondering whether I'd be wasting a big chunk of my home theater budget on something that wouldn't hold up after a few movie marathons. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. So let's talk about the Valencia Tuscany Luxury Float Zero Gravity Home Theater Seating. At first glance, it checks every box you see in a high-end theater chair ad. Semi-Aniline Italian Nappa leather, a zero-gravity recline, built-in heat and massage, and USB ports for charging your devices while you binge watch. It's marketed as a two-seat set, which already tells you it's meant for a dedicated space, not a cramped apartment. The question is whether the combination of these features actually translates into a better viewing experience, or if you're just paying for a lot of good-looking hardware. First off, the leather. Semi-Aniline Nappa is a step up from standard PU or faux leather. It's softer to the touch, has that subtle grain you'd expect from a genuine hide, and it ages in a way that looks more lived in rather than scuffed. In my own home theater, the chairs sit right against a dark wall, and the leather really does catch the low ambient light, giving the room a richer feel. That said, it's still leather, which means you'll need to keep a microfiber cloth handy and avoid spilling soda directly on the cushions. The material isn't waterproof, so if you're the type who loves popcorn butter or occasional spills, you'll want to be a bit careful or consider a protective cover. The zero-gravity recline is the next headline feature. The mechanism lets you tilt the seat so your hips are slightly elevated above your heart, which, in theory, reduces pressure on the spine and improves circulation. On a long gaming session, I actually noticed that my lower back stayed less sore when I used the recline compared to a standard 110-degree theater seat. The motion itself is smooth, thanks to a motorized system that seems robust enough to handle daily use. One practical downside is that the chair requires a power outlet for the recline motor, heat, and massage functions, so you'll need to run a cord or install an outlet near your seating area. If you're trying to keep cords hidden, that could be a minor aesthetic compromise. Now, the Comfort Matrix support system. This is where Valencia claims to have mixed memory foam, cool gel, springs, and a supportive sup layer into a single cushion. In practice, the seat feels plush but also responsive. The memory foam molds to your shape after a few minutes, while the gel layer gives a subtle cooling effect that's noticeable during a marathon of 3-hour movies. The spring backing adds a bit of bounce back, preventing you from sinking too deep. For someone who spends a lot of time in the chair, that combination is a genuine benefit, especially compared with cheap foam that gets flat after a few weeks. Heat and massage are the features that make a luxury tag feel justified. The heated cushions reach a comfortable warmth within a minute or two, which is great on chilly evenings. The air massage system is built into the lumbar region and works on a low-pressure pulsation. It's not a deep tissue massage you'd get at a spa, but it does provide a gentle reminder that the chair is doing something extra for you. If you're looking for a therapeutic experience, you might find it underwhelming. But for the average home theater enthusiast who just wants a little warmth and a subtle back ripple while watching a thriller, it's a nice touch. The built-in USB-A and USB-C ports are practical details that often get overlooked in spec sheets. I was able to charge my phone, tablet, and even a Bluetooth headset simultaneously without needing an extra power strip. The cup holder, positioned just right for a soda or a glass of wine, eliminates the need for a side table that can get knocked over during an action sequence. Those small conveniences add up, especially if you're hosting a movie night with friends. So, who should seriously consider the Valencia Tuscany set? If you have a dedicated home theater room or a large media space where you can dedicate a wall or a section of floor to a pair of chairs, and you're willing to invest a few $1,000s for a premium feel, this set is a solid fit. It works best for people who spend several hours at a time on the couch, movie buffs, gamers, or binge watchers who appreciate the added comfort of heat, a gentle massage, and the ability to recline into a zero-gravity position. The USB ports and cup holder make it especially convenient for tech-savvy households that want everything within arm's reach. On the flip side, if you live in a small,